Hello everyone, in this video tutorial we will understand how to write the absolute XPath for a particular web element in a web application to identify that element. Usually absolute XPath starts from the beginning tag of the HTML document. How can we view the HTML document? If I'll go open one new application in any browser, let's say I'll open Firefox, and here let me access the same application google.com, and to view the HTML document I need to inspect any element. Let me inspect the search box. Now whatever we are getting over here, we can able to get the highlighted text. Fine, from this highlighted text we can copy the XPath or we can write the relative XPath. But now we are discussing about absolute XPath. So to write the absolute XPath, we need to access the whole HTML document. Now this is what the total HTML document. I am just showing you. This is the HTML document starts from HTML tag. Fine. Then body tag. Then div. Then all these divs, div1, div2 and div3. And again inside this div again one div, and then again one form is there. Again we need to enter into div, and to access the web element probably we need to enter again to this div, and from this div1 we need to enter to this div, and again from this div to div1 and again to div2, and inside this div2 again div. Inside this div we have the information stored for the particular web element. Now to write the absolute XPath, we need to start writing the XPath from the parent tag, that is HTML tag, and the absolute XPath starts from HTML. Single slash. So single slash tag name, the parent tag is HTML, then body, then we need to analyze how to write the absolute XPath again to locate the search box. So inside the body I'll just analyze from here HTML, then we are inside the body, and inside the body we need to enter into this div. So let me just give again div. Fine, from this div we can able to see 3 divs. We need to enter into third div. So div 3. Fine. So after entering into third div we have a form. So this is a form tag. We need to enter into this form tag. Then inside the form again we have 2 divs. I need to enter into second div. So div 2. Then again after entering into second div we need to enter into the first div, and inside that we need to enter into again first div. So we need to enter into first div, again we need to enter into first div, and inside the first div, one second, let me just inside okay. So after again let us go back to form. So from this form we need to enter into second div, then first div, then inside this div again first div, and from this first div we need to enter into this inner div and second div. So how can I go to inner div and second div? So I should give div slash div 2. Now to identify the web, now probably here we will get the inside this div, see this div 2. Now inside this div we have one more div to give the okay, to locate the element. So here how can I locate the element again? Here input is the tag and attributes are class, max length, name, which we already discussed. Now let me say only input. Let's check whether it is working or not. Yes, my absolute XPath is perfectly working because we maintained the correct sequence. Now from here we will go back till HTML. See, we are in input tag. I am going from right to left. See, we are in input tag. Then how we came here? div2, from this div2, and again if I will go back, again it is inside one div. So before div2, div is there. Again this div is under div1, and again this div is under div2, and again this div2 is under for. Again form is under div3, the third div, and again div3 is under the first div of body, so this div. So now again after this div we have body tag and HTML tag. This is the way we need to understand the flow. So from HTML tag till we will get the web element information, we need to keep on writing all the tags sequentially by /HTML/body/div and so on till we are getting the web element. So even we can give more information to the web element by providing attribute name @attribute name equal to value. So we know about name equal to q, so I provided name equal to q. Let's check. Yes, it is working. That is not required for the time being because with only input it was working, because only one input box was there. Fine. So even we can give it in proper way also. So this is the way we can write our absolute XPath. So let me copy this absolute XPath in the notepad. So this is for search box of Google. Absolute XPath we captured like this. Now if this is the correct absolute XPath, we just revalidated it with developer tool, and developer tool also is identifying this as a correct absolute XPath. To cross check we need to execute with a script. So let me create a new script, new class. Let's say test absolute 01, and let me tell it as a public class. Yes, now let's remove the unwanted data. Fine, and here let's keep the test template code. I don't want to write it multiple times, so only I am copying, nothing else. So here absolute 01. So these two lines I am copying. Now obj is the object for the web browser. Now I need to invoke the application. So as we are working with Google, let me use this URL and keep it over here within double quotes, and after that let's write the absolute XPath for search box. So how can we identify search box? obj dot find element by dot XPath, and the expression is for the search box. So the expression the XPath expression we already wrote over here, and we revalidated it with developer tool, and it is working fine in developer tool. So let us copy the same XPath which starts from /HTML. Single slash refers to absolute XPath. Double slash refers to relative XPath, that we need to remember. So I'm just copying the same XPath. I need to use it as an XPath over here, and here let me, to test the XPath is working fine, I'm sending some test data. Test XPath, this is the test data, and let me, yes, so to check whether, see if this is a correct XPath, if this is the correct absolute XPath, that means what will happen, it will not only launch the application but also it will capture the test data from the send keys value, whatever value we are sending from here, and at the time of execution it will capture the same test data. That means the XPath is perfectly working for us. So let us test it. I am executing the code. Yes, it is invoking the application, and yes, the test data has been captured, whatever we sent through send keys method. That means our absolute XPath is working fine. So I hope it is clear. I hope at least we understood what is absolute XPath, how to write absolute XPath and use it in script. So thank you so much for watching this video. Happy learning.